first before we engage you.
I, Caroline Halai Makali,
of national ID number,
25864474,
having been duly nominated to serve as County Executive Committee member
the County Executive Committee member
of the County Government of Bungoma,
do
hereby solemnly and sincerely swear that the information that I shall give before this committee
that the information I shall give before this committee
shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. You can sit and sign your oath before we start seeking clarity from you. So, Madam, welcome for today's vetting process. I'm the chair of the committee on appointment, Honorable Situma Emmanuel. I have 100 members with us here of the committee. They'll have some self-introduction. Yes, you start, Honorable Stephen. You go around.
Chair, my name is Stephen Wafula Malwa, member of this committee.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Honorable Joseph Nyongeza Juma, a member of this committee. Welcome, Madam Gar.
Chair, my name is Joan Kiro, member of this committee.
Chair, my name is Anthony Lusenaka, member of this committee, representing Apkembe West Ward.
Chair, naitwa Mheshimiwa Evelyn Mutiambu, Malakisi Stroke South Kuresero Ward member.
Chair, Honorable Charles Wangila, member of this committee.
Honorable Francis Chemion Masai, member.
Mkongo Barasa, mwanachama wa hii kamati.
Honorable Makari George Wasike, member of the committee representing Bungoma Ward.
Sundukwa Grace, member of this
committee. Before we proceed, we will require your documentations to verify whether we have the real Caroline or a masquerader before us here, plus your national ID card. Be given to the officers so they are taken around for verification purposes. Equally, I'll have the secretariat here. I'll have to ask my deputy clerk to introduce himself and the people in the secretariat.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Momos Leonard, the Deputy Clerk Legislative. Can you introduce for yourself from the
Honorable Chair, I'm Elijah Odera, Research Officer, member of the Secretariat.
Chair, I'm Caroline Omalwa, Deputy Hansard Editor and member of the Secretariat.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Diera Angela Galisas, Chief Sergeant at Arm.
Yes, sir.
Honorable Chair, I'm Edward Musumba. I'm legal counsel.
Chair, my name is Joktan Kabey. I'm Senior Clerk Assistant Committee Services.
Yes. Kabe, you transfer the microphone? Yes.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Ruth Wanami, Senior Clerk Assistant Legislative, a member of the Secretariat.
Thank you. So we'll ask you some particulars so that we're able to start. We'll just want to have a summary of who is Caroline Halai Makali so that we're able to start the exercise accordingly. You are ready to go? Use the microphone.
Thank you, Chair.
Be loud enough. You are unanswered.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, honorable members. My name is Caroline Halai Makali. I was born and bred in Nangili Village, Luya Bwake Ward, Kabuchai constituency. I attended my primary school from Nangili Primary School, but later finished at Nzoia Sugar Company Primary School. I joined St. Cecilia Girls Misihu High School and completed my secondary education in the year 2005. After that, having lost both my parents, I took myself the liberty to come to this town. I looked around for a college, and I enrolled myself at Bungoma College of Technology, where I did a certificate in supplies management, and later I did a diploma in business management. In the year 2007, on my attachment at the Chwele District Commissioner's Office, I was attached in the procurement office, and later I was employed on casual basis by the Office of the District Development Officer. A few years later, Chairman, honorable members, I worked with a consultant firm called Tertiary Consulting Engineers. It was based at the District Water Office in Chwele. We took care of the Nakawinja Water Project, and after a few years, after the contract had lapsed, I also got employment with the Kenya Taxpayers Association on contract basis, where we carried out some research work in primary schools in that constituency. In the year 2014, I found a job with Kabuchai CDF, where I worked as a records officer for a contract of 5 years, after which I worked as the accountant. And that's my employment journey, Mr. Chairman.
You know, you are yet to finish. I haven't heard that you did a degree from anywhere, and the qualifications here that you must have a degree.
I'm sorry, Chairman. After I completed my diploma, I felt that I needed to go back to class. And after I was employed at the CDF, I started my evening classes with Kibabi. By then, the Kibabi Constituent College. It was a Constituent College of Masinde Muliro. I did a diploma for a year. I graduated in the year 2015. And after that, I started my degree program. I did a BCom in accounting. And I graduated in the year 2018. I've also done a professional course in CPA. I'm at CPA advanced level.
Which stage? Which is advanced?
That is part 3, section 5 and 6.
No, you are either in section 5 or 6. You cannot be in both.
The CPA syllabus was changed, and so section 5 and 6 is under advanced level.
So you've done section 5?
I've done section 5. I have a paper that I'm yet to do, and I have another paper I'm yet to do in section 6.
So you've done CPA part 3, section 6, section 5, up that level?
Yes, sir.
It's okay. Now, from the list I got from the governor's office, you are a nominee for the Department of Industry, okay?
Yes, sir.
And the trade.
Yes, Chair.
Did you have a chance of looking at your roles in the Constitution, very specific Article 183 of the Constitution. Did you have a chance to look at them?
Yes, Chairman.
What are your roles as a CEC member to the cabinet?
One of my role as the CEC member for Trade, Industry and Energy, Mr. Chairman, honorable members, it is to develop policies, plans and budgets, and carry out administrative functions that will help in the service delivery to our wananchi, furnish the county assembly with regular reports about matters happening in the department.
You are done?
Yes, sir.
No? These are only two. Look at that article talks of more than 5, 6, 7, 8. I want them.
There's also the legislation matter, formulation of plans and policies, administration of my department, and any other functions conferred to me by the governor and the county assembly.
It's okay. I'll go to the next honorable member to ask you.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Joseph.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Gar, you have been working in Kapchai CDF as an accountant. And now you have been appointed and nominated as a nominee in trade, energy, and industrialization. Hope when you got the appointment, you felt somehow happy. My question is, currently, if you could tell us the existing policies in the department and the new ideas you are coming with on board so that at least you can improve in that department.
Thank you, honorable member. Some of the policies existing in my department are: one, the trade loan policies. We have the industrialization policy. We have the energy bill. And when I come on board in the department, I want to look at the existing policies. Some of them were developed, but they haven't been implemented. So we are going to review those policies with other stakeholders, with the other technocrats in the ministry, so that we present them to the governor and the county assembly for implementation.
Maybe like which one that you intend to review?
Like the trade loan. As we all are aware, the trade loan has not been going on in our county. So when approved as a CS, I'll review that policy so that we roll out financial assistance to our traders.
Correct, we'll approve you if possible as a CCM, not a CS. CS don't come before the assembly, please.
I apologize, Mr. Chairman.
No, thank you, Chair.
Yes, number 3 on the line is Honorable Stephen. Then I'll go to Honorable Grace.
Thank you, Chair. The nominee, Carol Halai, your CV details are very lean.
Come again?
Your CV details are very lean work experience, and contrary to Section 35, subsection 3D of the County Governments Act 2012, regarding relevant skills and knowledge to portfolio of the department where you are seeking mandate in the role of CEC. How do you intend to match your skills into practice as you discharge your duties and assist His Excellency the Governor to realize the elements outlined in his manifesto under the Trade, Energy and Industrialization docket?
Thank you, Honorable Member. CEC roles are big roles. I I acknowledge that I've not served in such capacities, but I've done similar works. I know that with team building, capacity development, I'll able to handle those roles.
Honorable Chair, maybe just an interjection a little. You know, when the nominee says that she's done similar roles, which are the evidential, can we have to ascertain that indeed you've done similar roles before this committee, because you're pronouncing yourself before a committee and on oath. Now, can you prove that indeed you've done similar roles as it pertains to what we have said here? My question.
Not exactly similar roles, Honorable Member. In my previous workstation, we've handled a similar activity.
Excuse
similar
me.
To the.
It's you who said similar roles. It's not me.
I'm taking back, Honorable Member.
So I'll go to the next one, is Honorable Grace Sundukwa.
Thank you, Chair. It is a rejoinder on what a member of Tuti said.
Be loud enough, please use microphone. Closer.
Okay. Now, CC member, what measures are you going to put in place to address non-repayment of trade loan that have remained outstanding for the longest time in this county? Since you have already talked on the trade loan policy, what are you going to consider during your review?
Thank you, Honorable Grace. On trade loan, I, with the help of other stakeholders in my department, we are going to review policies that were put in place previously. We are going to work with a regulatory body and bring on board other stakeholders. We'll come up with a plan on regulating the repayment period. And before we roll out those trade loans, we are going to do capacity buildings, offer training to our traders so that they know the purposes of this loan.
Satisfied, Madam Honorable Grace?
Thank you, Chair. The nominee has said shall conduct a capacity building. Now, my point on the non-repayment. You have not talked about non-repayment of this loan, because you have a lot of outstanding bill.
They're asking in a very simple way. You are talking of trade loans to Mama Mboga and the Boda Boda people. Tell us what method will be using to recover this money once loans are given out.
Thank you, Chair. We are going to ensure that we give these loans according to the laid down procedures and follow up on the defaulters. And if the county assembly will enable us by allocating us more funds, we are going to put in place a team that will organize the follow-up on regulations.
But I'm wondering, are you telling you want us to engage auctioneers for you to recover money from Mama Mbogas? That the assembly asks to assist you to recover money from the loan defaulters?
No, Chairman.
Yes.
I was saying that as a department, we need, because there have been inadequate funds, so regulatory bodies have not been able to follow up on the defaulters. So if I come in, we are going to come up with a proposal. We'll present it to the county assembly.
Let's have specifications. These ideal proposals which are just fake, we don't want specific proposals. It's okay. Honorable Seneca, we go.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Caro, I'm 100% sure that if you are confirmed as the CEC for trade, I know by December you'll have more than 100 CVs on your desk from those youth looking for employment. And we are very much aware that there are no vacancies. In your own capacity as a CEC for trade, how do we intend to boost the creation of industries within the county that will in turn give an upshot to job creation for our youth and job-seeking population, as well as cushioning the existing industries?
Thank you, Honorable. When I'll be confirmed, Honorable Member, I'm going to make sure that the manifesto that our governor promised the people of Bungoma County are aligned well with my department, especially the Department of Industrialization. We have industries in this county, that they are not operational, but they're in place, like the Malakisi Ginari. We have the Chwele Slaughterhouse. So if we come together and find ways of looking for staff, technical people, so that those industries are running, we will have created a lot of employment opportunities for our youth.
We'll go to Honorable James Barasa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. But before I ask my question, I wanted to refer the nominee on the questionnaire. That is number 26. That is where my interest is. Party A. Because you have given an answer, there are no family members or persons of interest in the ministry for me. And yet you have not been appointed. You have never been in that department. Can you ascertain to us if there are no people from your family or from your constituents or from the county who are related to you? Because other persons, parties, categories are there. You need to expound on it so that I get it very clear. Number 2, that is P. Explain how you will resolve any potential conflict. You have said bring the Human Resource Management Department on board to assist. You know, they have come to you. Something has risen before you. How will you now ensure that you will bring the human resource on board to assist you? Because you need to be very clear. These things will happen, and you need to be very clear. Honorable Chair, my question now. You are born from this county. You grew up in this county. You have been to Chwele Market, even in this town, Bungoma of ours. There is a lot of congestion, and people are doing business on the roadside. What measures will you put in place to ensure that these business people have a place to do their businesses? Secondly, like in Bungoma here, the county government of Bungoma bought a piece of land. I think it is under construction. And you must be aware, because this is a token you need to familiarize yourself with before you start working. People have refused to go in. What measures will you apply to take them back to that said plot? Sir.
Thank you, Honorable. On the issue of conflict of interest, Honorable Member, as at now, I don't have any family member in that department. But if it arises when I'm there, I'll follow the laid down procedures. The Constitution of Kenya is very clear on conflict of interest. I explained in my questionnaire that I'll bring the HR on board because according to the Constitution, when there's a public-private conflict of interest, the public will always prevail.
Caroline.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've never heard of a conflict issue being anchored in the Constitution. That when we have a conflict, it's basically anchored in the Constitution. Number two, you are evading to answer a very simple question. Conflict may be perceived or real. Where you come from a family, a larger family of Kabuchai. You ought not have somebody in the department to have a conflict. So he's asking if we have a perceived conflict or real conflict arising of people from your larger family from Kabuchai. How do you propose to resolve such a conflicts if they are going to arise?
Thank you, Chairman. I'll implore the HR department so that that individual, that person is transferred to another ministry.
You will engage in transferring everybody from your department. Now, let's get very clear. Are you proposing that anybody who appears to be conflicted to you, you transfer him or her from the department or from that ministry? Because this department you are going to hold, you are transferable. Tomorrow you are here, tomorrow you will be in water, the following day even you could be in education. So are you saying everywhere you go, anybody you see from Kabuchai, you transfer him or her? That's what you are telling us.
Not in that manner, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I'll seek advice. I promise I'll research more on that because I'm not conversant at the moment.
It's okay. On the same this document of your questionnaire, you've given us references number 31 that you've referred to Dr. Kale Powata, Dr. Sechus Were, Dr. Kamau Boro. They stay where? In heaven? So I'm asking because on your number 31,
yes, sir.
We have a reference you've given us. No particular of their location.
Mr. Chairman, Daisy Wakoli, she's an advocate. She stays in Sikata.
So this committee knows that she stays in Sikata. As a chair, do I know she stays in Sikata?
No, I'll add the location and their contacts.
David Lel, Matthew Zuma, they all stay in Sikata.
Matthew Zuma stays in town.
So how do we know as a committee? When you refer us, you say maybe he's a lawyer in town here where the office is located. We can do something to get clarity. It's okay. Honorable George?
Thank you, Chair. Halai, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Chair, allow me to say Halai is my friend. We work out in the same gym. Though she has been absent for 2 years, I don't know.
So are you declaring a conflict of interest and a decline asking the nominee or what?
There's no conflict of interest, Chair. I want to ask this question before I come to, unfortunately, Honorable Mohongo asked my question, but I will go to another one. Halai, who is your counterpart in the national government in the Dread Ministry at national level?
Thank you, Honorable. My counterpart in the national government is Honorable Moses Kuria, the CS for Trade, and the PS for Industrialization is my area mate, Dr. Mhwana, and then the PS for Trade is Mr. Alfred Ombundo.
That's good, thank you. Now, Another question, you fill your questionnaire and you say you are single. Are you happily single or painfully single? I don't know.
Honorable George Makari.
Honorable George.
And there are no offenses.
The nominee is protected, but of course, he has to answer it. It's a question put to him.
You see, management also, Chair, is related to...
Listen, Honorable George. Okay. She's protected, but she's going to answer your question. Yes. You answer the question as put to you by Honorable.
And I hope Honorable Vital is not taking note of this. I know he likes taking a note.
Honorable George Makari, I'm not single. I'm seeing someone. And very soon I might invite all of you for my wedding.
And I will be there as a brother.
Thank you.
So I think it's clarified, Honorable members.
Okay, thank you.
Next
thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Now, Halai, you are an accountant and you have come in trade. We have a conflict between this department and MCS who always allocate money on issues to do with the street lighting. Most of the MCS here allocate CEF funds for street lighting in their respective wards. Unfortunately, the department does not implement these issues of street lighting in their respective wards, even though the budgets are passed, even though the money is allocated. What are you going to do to ensure that this street lighting and high masts in their respective areas are implemented?
Thank you, Honorable. The governor promised people of Bungoma about 24-hour economy, and that will not happen unless we have street lights. We've lighted our markets. Once confirmed, Honorable Member, I'm going to look into the activities that have been in place so that we find out where the problem is, look at the bottlenecks and try and implement them.
Thank you, Chair. Back to you.
Thank you, Honorable George. I'll have Honorable Vitalis.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Caroline.
Yes, sir.
Suppose you are approved, you have given this particular chance as the CCM for this particular department. What plans do you have to cushion small-scale traders and business starters, those that are starting out for the first time, especially the youths and people of disability, and being in mind that now that the manifesto of the national government is largely advocating for self-employment, that is individualism, hustlers. You know, this is now a hustler nation. What are your plans, Madam?
Thank you, Honorable Member. My plan with the small-scale traders is to come up with a solution. Look for. First, I'm going to sensitize them, advise them on the importance of. I'm sorry. One of the challenges we've had with the small traders is funding. Most of them don't have capital, startup capitals. So I'm going to come up with that strategy. And if the governor and the member of county assembly approves, we will find something so that we can be giving them startup funds to cushion them to start their businesses.
You have a rejoinder?
Thank you, Chair. Madam Carol, our governor promised tax holidays for these small traders. How are you going to handle that? Will you have a policy? Because how are you going to handle such a statement?
They're asking you that during the campaign, His Excellency promised small-scale traders and like our business people tax holidays for weekends and holidays, okay? So you at your departmental level as the CCM for trade and industry, how do you intend to go about it?
Tax holiday, Mr. Chairman, is just a tax break. So I'm going to carry out a survey with the small traders so that we look at those small traders that they're not getting much after their sales, so that we give them, we come out with a day, be it a holiday or a day in a month, so that we don't charge them the taxes.
You know what you are saying? Basically you're contradicting the governor. A tax holiday meant that on weekends, Sunday they don't pay any tax, and on holidays like Jamhuri Day, Labor Day, Madaraka Day, they don't pay anything those days. So what you are suggesting, you will be contradicting what the governor said to the public. Yes, Honorable Muhongo.
The governor was campaigning. That was one of his manifesto. That's why he was elected. Now you are appointed to assist him, to come up with suggestions and ways and means, to caution the traitors. So you need to be very keen, because Honorable Chair, doing contrary to what the governor said, it is bringing down the government of the governor. I can remind you, in the previous regime, the governor said, Mama Mbogas will not pay. And border. Instead, they introduced a certain levy to them. They paid, up to today they are paying. That is why on 8th of August, was it on 9th of August, the government was shown the door. So you need also to put mechanisms on the ground to assist the current government to ensure, come 2027, things will be okay.
Chairman, I'll carry out more research on that sector.
It's okay, I'll go to Honorable Girong.
Thank you, Chair. Caroline Kalai Makali.
Yes, Honor.
My fellow lady. You know that legislative authority of county is vested and exercised by its county assembly. Nominee, if today you will be approved by this house to be the CEC trade, and this house will requested any relevant information or clarity from your department, will you appear or present documents before its committee as it is required?
Yes, Honorable Member.
Mine is simple.
Honorable Jemion. Honorable Jemion.
Thank you, Chair. I want to thank the nominee because of being consistent in answering these questions and very fluent. He has been able to answer Joan's question very well. And I'm very sure, even the issue of tax holiday, Honorable Speaker, she's competent enough. She may come up with policies if given the position. Our nominee, you can tell us the revenue streams that we have in trade, if you know them. There are 4, 5, 6 revenue streams where we get our revenue, those streams. And how you will enhance the collection of revenue. You know any revenue stream?
Thank you, Honorable Member. One of the revenue streams are the levies that we impose on traders. And I know there are measures in the department that are enforced to ensure that revenue is collected efficiently, like automating of the systems. So
okay. Maybe to add on that.
Don't
question.
add first. Let's have answers first, kindly, please. She's writing somewhere to share with us. Yes, please, Madam Caroline.
we also have taxes.
Yes. So I think we pass there and we do something else. Yes. Chemion? Then I think on the Mutiembu you prepare, it's going to be your turn. No, Mutiembu is here to be done.
Do you know something about finance bill?
Yes, Hon.
Say something about it. What does it talk about? Because it is related with what we are talking about. Just a statement.
I think basically it talks about how well the county is going to get revenue for its activities and operations.
It's okay. Thank you, Honorable Mutiembu.
Yes, Chair. Madam Caroline, the county government of Bungoma has set up a modern market with ambient amenities to settle the Chebukube traders. A visit to the market indicates that the traders prefer operating from outside the said premises and as such create traffic obstruction on the busy Bungoma Mumiasi Highway. How do you intend to address this menace while ensuring that county resources are fully utilized?
Thank you, Madam Hon. Once I'll be confirmed, I'm going to carry out a sensitization exercise. We are going to talk to those traders. We'll go to talk to the public so that even if they are operating from inside the allocated land, the public are able to buy their commodities from inside the markets. We're also going to create more spaces for those traders so that every person has a space for their wares.
I think we are done. Any rejoinder, Honorable Joseph?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, we have the growing markets, especially Bungoma Town, Webuye, Chwele, Kimilili, and there's a lot of congestion as a CEC in that department. What do you have? Because actually to ease up the issue of congestion, especially in Bungoma Town, if maybe you have gone through. And if possible, Speaker, if she so wish to express with this committee the difference between the policy and the bill.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. On the said markets, we are going to create more stalls, more sheds that can accommodate all traders.
There was a second limbo of the question from majority about the issue of the policies and the bills. Differentiation for us.
A policy is a document that, as a CEC, able to come up with, but when taken to the county assembly and the county assembly passes it, it now qualifies to be a bill. But I'm not conversant with that, Majority Leader, going to do more research on
When
that.
we were growing up, when they were doing the examination, you'll be given 5 questions, you won't. If you aren't sure of your answers, don't attempt. You just live that way. So if you are going to give us answers here, if you aren't sure of the answers, don't attempt. Just say pass. We'll see how to handle such a situation. To join the Honorable Luseneka.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, mine is a question and an observation. We have these annual licenses. You find that if a trader gets a license or applies for a license in January, he pays the full amount. Still, when you apply in December, you pay a full amount. Is there a way, maybe the CC, when she gets into office, she can work out on a prorated way, in such a way that if you apply maybe in July, you pay half the amount. If you apply in October, you pay a quarter, so that we encourage our traders to pay for these licenses. Because you find that most of these licenses, traders, once it gets to maybe August or September, they start hiding and paying these small amounts to these tax collectors. Let me call them tax collectors, revenue collectors, avoiding to pay the money to the county government. So you find that most of this money is going to people's pockets. But if you have a clear outline that if you start your business in October, you pay a quarter amount of the full of the amount you're supposed to pay for the license, annual license, we'll be encouraging our traders to pay. But currently, if you start your business in December, 1st of December, you have to pay the full amount. So I think when you get to office, look at on such issues. Thank you.
Hope you've taken note of an observation from Honorable Seneca, our Minority Leader.
Yes, Chairman.
I think anything else, members, for clarity? I haven't heard Honorable Muhongo when you're asking about what's to be done to the market ring. Yes.
I did so, Honorable Chair, but as the nominee is before the committee, this is just something that is in my mind. You know, we have had a lot of congestion, particularly the borders. You need to have to restructure and then engage them so that they have border sheds for them to do their parking, and then also have designated areas for them to stand and then pick, and then overload the passengers. That will assist us as a county. That was just an observation, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable James Barasa Muhongo. Honorable Vitalis, you have something to say, please? Yes, please.
Okay. Madam Caro, what mechanism do you have in plans to, in this Department of Trade is whereby the government, in most cases, lose a lot of money through our employees, the mechanism of collecting these taxes from the business people. Because most cases, this is the department whereby we lose a lot of money through our employees.
Thank you, Honorable. We are going to review those policies, those measures that have been in place, so that we identify the loopholes and try and work on them. We are also going to automate our activities so that we minimize those losses in the department.
I think we are done, honorable members. Now we'll want to release you to go and do something else as you wait for your fate to be determined by this committee. We'll ask you to give us your closing remarks.
Thank you, Chairman. I want to thank the governor for nominating me to this position. I also want to thank you all and all other county assembly members, and I promise that if confirmed, we are going to work together. We are going to work for the people of Bungoma County. Thank you.
Thank you. We wish you well. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Sawa.